Hey, what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 150 and season 4, and we're recording on August 2nd, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
All right, it worked this time.
Finally! Oh my god.
All right, before we get to, we'll explain stuff. So, quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, join the SojuTalk Discord, and be a part of the nation. You can find our links, where they are. All right. So, we've digressed on a technological level. Warren is back at his parents' house for 2 weeks, which explains why his quality's dropped a little. Anita's computer is like, not that good right now.
You guys know.
Season 4, we're all about retro, We're going retro and technology, we're going full vintage. Hopefully I don't sound like I'm actually from the 70s, but there you go.
Yeah, it's not that great. It took us like half an hour to even get to this point.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, it is what it is. But, we are at episode 150. Big milestone, season 4.
Let's go.
We do have some changes in our format, nothing too drastic. The way we'll do it is we'll just do the show this week, and each new section will explain if something's new. And if we don't say anything, it means it's the same as you all know. But before we start, a big shout out to our new Fiesta patron, Charles. Shout out to Charles.
Shout out to Charles.
Yeah, Charles. All right. So yeah, expect some things today. Anita's on her phone right now, so it is what it is. We'll try to get through it though. But we are now at part 1, SojuTalk episode 150. We're gonna do big new releases, choose a spicy song king, and hit you with the music show winners. Boom. All right, big new releases, one of our staple segments. No, not that many big changes here. I know we reduced the number of songs to 4 a little bit while back. We're even gonna trend towards 3. I would say is the goal, because we feel like, number 1, sometimes it drags out too long. Number 2, sometimes our conversations get too, not like discussions, but we're just like reading off opinions that we have. We want to keep it flowing. That being said, if there are 4 big releases, we will cover 4. But that is the maximum still. But I expect us to trend towards 3, I would say, on most average weeks.
Good number.
This week we do have 3. Let's start at the top. Friday, July 30th, we had Dreamcatcher's Because. So they are from Dreamcatcher Company. Debut 2017. Last 3 songs were Odd Eye, Boca, and Rose Blue. I feel like this was a little bit different than a lot of the Dreamcatcher songs, particularly the chorus, the drop that we got in the chorus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we had the electric guitars, but aside from that,
Yeah, it was a bit
lot
different.
more poppy.
This is definitely a lot more poppy, I thought.
Yeah, same.
I am completely biased in my opinions of this group because, I really like Dreamcatcher. I will say that this song is good. I like this song, but I think it has some flaws.
Okay. I think it's flawed. Why do you think it's flawed?
I think it's flawed because I think the chorus, that drop of energy into the beat, I don't think it helps the song. I like that section, right? I think that section individually is okay. But I think when you nest that section within this song, I don't think it's doing it any favors.
Well, I felt like it was building up towards the guitar part, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because it begins without the guitars, and then it goes into the la 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 la, and then the guitar
The Forever Love part, right? That part.
Right. And that part, I was like, okay, I feel like we're throwing away half of the chorus just for that. And I was like, is that worth it? I don't know. But then again, overall, I felt like it was a bit of a nice digression from, sorry, not digression, what's the word? Moving away from something, but in the good way, That's what I liked about this song.
Do you prefer this to Odd Eye?
100%.
Really?
Okay, that's a good start because
I'm in a different camp then, because I
your
prefer
camp
Odd Eye, I would
sucks.
say.
Anita, explain why you prefer Odd Eye to Because then, or the opposite, why you dislike Because relative to Odd Eye.
I guess this particular comeback because it feels like it's going like I don't want to say it's going steps back because that makes it sound negative, right? And I don't think it's necessarily negative, but this seems very familiar to the Dreamcatcher sound and what you would expect from them. And I feel like Odd Eye took a little bit of a different route in some spots, and I don't know. I feel like there were more decisions made to make it more poppier and less rock, and I feel like the opposite was done in this one, where it went a little bit more rock, a little bit less poppy, in my opinion.
I think that's fair to say, because if you remember back when we were talking about Odd Eye, and I don't know if it was a mini album or album or whatever it was from, but there were a lot of tracks on that which were heavily like electronica techno influenced.
Yes, I like that. I didn't mind that.
And we were talking, and I think the one that hit the hardest was when they were mixing their sound with trance music. For some reason, that one works really well. We were wondering, I remember, will they head in that direction? Are they just testing the waters? The answer is no. Because they head more towards a pop direction. I did also hear people saying this is sounds like a little bit of a callback to some of their older songs.
Definitely for me, yeah.
Yeah, let me look up what was the one that I saw people referencing real quick. I
Like
think
this-
it was 2018's You and I was the one I heard people say.
Oh, okay.
This does feel more like, like what does Dreamcatcher sound like? Oh, they sound like this. This does sound more in that line, right? Right, mixing some of the edgy, dark pop elements, a little bit of horrorcore, and then a little bit of like guitars and like all these like rock elements. And then the anime sound a little bit, which was a little missing here. But I mean, overall,
there was drum and bass.
There was drum and bass
in the rap section. I kind of like that. I thought that was an interesting breakup. Ward has a weird look on your face. Is that not good?
Well, no, I like the beat.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm not gonna comment on a rap.
Okay.
Look, the music video was kind of funky though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of
Are
agree
you
with
liking the Kakegurui vibe? The gambling anime look.
There was a little bit of a gambling anime look. They also had almost like a bit of a Hotel de Luna dream like look
that was a
going
thing
on.
too.
And then there was like a, I'm not gonna call it insane clown posse, but there was like a carnival look going on too. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
though?
Oh yeah.
There was like a carnival theme going on too. A lot of those elements, which all kind of have to do with each other. Like if you think of like a deck of cards and a carnival, those type of vibes, right? That's the type of thing they were doing.
It did feel like how do we be edgy starter pack kind of vibe,
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
It's it's not the worst thing in the world.
It's not my
though.
favorite Dreamcatcher music video by any stretch of the imagination.
Also, real quick, like there was a girl, I don't know her name, but she was sticking her hand through the mirror, like it's just like all shattered and stuff, and she was like handing out an apple and something. That's gotta be dangerous as heck. Please don't try that at home, kids. Like, no, it's just broken mirrors are just very dangerous.
Also, there was like dance elements that were sort of like marionette when they lifted up Yuhyun. Like, they were going for that, like, they were going for like a horror vibe, I think, a lot of the time, which is, that's kind of up the Dreamcatcher alley. That being said, I do enjoy the song. I listened to it, the other two songs came out on Monday, but I've listened to this Dreamcatcher song like, I want to say like 30 times since it came out since Friday.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Not my favorite Dreamcatcher song, but I think it's a good song.
Yeah.
It's a good shout. I don't think it's gonna help them all that much though, because I think it's a lot of the same though. That's
what I
issue
worry
have
about.
with it.
Okay, real quick, I noticed about the lyrics and the theming of the music video is how like creepy it is.
Oh no, yeah, it's like stalkery a little bit.
Yeah,
no, that is
Giving me a lot of yandere vibes. Do you know what that is? Like,
I don't know what that is.
yeah, and I was like, man, like,
Yeah, okay, let's explain to the viewers at home what a yandere is. It's like
difficult.
it's like I love you, but if I can't be with you, no one can, and neither can you be alive. Essentially, right?
Essentially, I will love you so much, and I will kill other people for it. Quite literally.
But the lyrics are kind of in that direction, I think.
Yeah, a little possessive, little over possessive girlfriend vibes. Shout outs to the old meme. I mean,
I thought you were gonna say shout out to my over possessive girlfriend.
no, the meme.
Sorry,
the meme. Why would I? No.
Was it the Justin Bieber one? The Justin Bieber one, right? The possessive girlfriend one?
No, the meme, the over-possessive girlfriend meme.
No, yeah, but didn't it become... Oh, see, now I'm getting confused. Never mind. I get what you're saying, Warren. I get what you're saying.
Well,
Warren's distraught right now.
apparently you guys don't know what memes are. So.
No, I know exactly what meme you're talking about.
Clearly you didn't know it the first time I told you. Yeah. Uncultured people. Look, Dreamcatcher song, good. I liked it.
You're talking about the girl with the blue T-shirt, right? With the crazy eyes.
Yes, the girl with the blue T-shirt. Overly attached girlfriend. That's the official name of the meme. Look it up on Know Your Meme, people.
Anita's talking about a different meme.
Anita talk about something
I'm
else.
confusing too then.
You go away, Normie. Go away.
Let's get back to the song.
Look,
I think Dreamcatcher's in a weird position because, like, all right, this song is more pop focused, right?
Right.
Which would be, in my mind, all right, we're gonna go more mainstream with the song, right? Maybe get some new listeners.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't think it's a big enough change from the Dreamcatcher formula to accomplish that all that well.
I agree.
I also agree.
Which is why I prefer Odd Eye.
I mean, I don't think Odd Eye is in particularly a better direction either, I'll be honest.
I think Odd Eye is a double down of the Dreamcatcher-ness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I think.
That being said, it's like, I mean, I'm still a fan of Dreamcatcher, and I think the people who like Dreamcatcher are already fans of Dreamcatcher. You know? Like,
yeah, well,
that's how I feel about them. I feel like they're in a weird position.
See, that's an interesting position to be in, right? Because, like, you have a niche group of, like, you have your niche interest fan, right?
Yeah.
And then if you want to appeal to a bigger group, the problem is that said niche group might be already, like, not that big. So you end up with a situation where you kind of plateau and you max out in that interest group.
Insulated, yeah.
Right. So at that point, your next question becomes: are you gonna give up what you already have and risk it for more, or are you going to double down and just be satisfied with?
They're
what you
pretty
have?
stable because if I remember correctly, they were like top 10 girl group sales at like number.
Right.
10, right.
They're pretty stable now, and like because they have a niche interest fandom who's like very happy with what they're doing, but they're not gonna ever blow up with the general public at this rate. Honestly, the problem. Who knows? Maybe they're happy with. Maybe they're making lots of money. They probably are.
Before we move to the next song, I'll give some like accolades real quick for the people liking the song. Shout out to Jiu. Jiu got a ton of lines. She was in the center for the first chorus too. Gaehyun's red hair. Normally, I'm not a fan of red hair that's that dark, but I think they styled it in a way that it was palatable and nice.
That's good. Yeah.
Cool.
Additionally, Handong. So she was on Youth With You for a lot of 2020, and then she came back. Confidence went through the roof. They gave her a lot more lines than they typically do too. So they're spreading the wealth well these days. All right. Next song. Today on Monday, August 2nd, the first one we're going to talk about is ASTRO's After Midnight. So they are from Fantagio. Debut 2016. Last three songs were One, Knock, and Blue Flame with 6 music show wins so far. All right, the overwhelming thing I saw is that a lot of people were that I saw talking online were saying this is sort of like their type of Dynamite/Butter vibe song for ASTRO.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
I guess that makes sense. It's
Like,
disco.
Yeah, people were saying like it's a happy, but I think this is a way more specifically summer song than those two, right?
Right.
This is like a really summery song. My issue with the song, I think it's fun. I think it's great. If it came up on the song, I ain't complaining. I don't think that this song has a ton of like sticking power. Like it ain't sticky, I was talking to Warren and I'm like, I've listened to this song like 15 times today. I could barely tell you what it sounds like. That was the main issue I was having.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that.
Yeah. So like a baby bum, like a baby's butt.
Where are we going? Okay.
What?
Just follow me here, okay? How it's very smooth,
I ain't touching babies' butts, but okay, Warren.
You know the analogy. You know the saying, smooth as a baby's butt.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
the song's very smooth, but like at the same time, if you look at a baby's bum, there's not much to memorize about it. It's just
You should.
right. That's what I'm saying. It's like
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting analogy, Warren. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Is that a compliment?
Where do you go from here? Oh yeah, go on.
Okay. Let me go off of that. I kind of agree with what Doug is saying about it not being super memorable. But at the same time, I feel like maybe it's slowly going to grow on me. I don't know. I feel like I like a lot of the elements of the song and the music video. One thing that I would, I guess, criticize for the music video would be like the choice of lighting. Because I feel like for a summery song, I kind of expected, I don't know, brighter light, especially in like the beach scenery they had going on at one point. It just felt very cloudy, very grayish. I don't know. I mean, it might have been just timing. It didn't work out. The recording.
No. You didn't like the color grading. You were fine. The lighting sounds like it's fine. You don't like the cloudiness of it.
Maybe. Well, see, I can't tell if it was like naturally like cloudy and that's how it just ended up, or they made it look like that.
Okay.
So I don't know. But I guess that's one thing I would criticize. But I feel like everything else is just like very. It's nice. It's not like outstanding, but it's not bad. So it's still in the middle, I guess.
I mean, look, I don't know why you guys are hating on the track. I think the song's
I'm not hating on it.
You didn't like the color on it, apparently. What it looked
but not
you.
like not the track. The track
Apparently
is still really good.
Hates colors. Like, do you really look at that color hater, Anita, over here? You know what? I like it. You know, I'll give you that. Yeah. I like it. I feel like it's like the male equivalent of some of the easy listening tracks we've gotten from a lot of girl groups recently. You know, I'm thinking about stuff like We Go. I'm thinking about Taeyeon's Weekend. You know, like stuff like that. I feel like this is the male equivalent. You know, answer to the question: when are we gonna get the male version of this? Right. So I appreciate that. It's pretty cool. I didn't have the same issues of music video looking kind of funky, to be honest. But
I mean, I was just looking at Chaonu. That guy got a good face every time he's on the screen, right?
Face genius. Look at the guy.
That guy's face is next level, you know.
Not digging the rap.
Okay.
Similar to the last track, but that's okay, you know. Life goes on, you know. That's fine. That was not a BTS pun, but I guess it is now. But yeah, I mean, you know, I do agree. It's not super memorable, but at the same time, I definitely think this is one of those songs that's gonna, you know, dig its way into like a summer playlist, right? Like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it makes sense in that setting.
There's nothing about it that's bad. It's just very smooth. It's very smooth. It's very, you know, flows very well. You know what I mean, right? Just like a bass bum.
This is also like a pretty big departure from the typical Astro stuff. At least the stuff we've gotten as of late.
Right.
Right.
If you think of like Blue Flame and Knock, like if you had to describe it as a color, it's like a dark blue is the color of those songs, right? This is a more
very much
of a summery palette tone. So like it's very different. So, I'm going to guess this is a one-off for them. I don't think they're going to continue in this direction. I'd be surprised if they continue to do these like more poppy
I wouldn't mind
summer songs.
I wouldn't mind either. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying that this is like they kind of want this. But
yes, the people want this.
Anita, you know, is this your open letter to Fantagio? Do you want this, Anita?
Yes, I mean, I think I've mentioned this in previous comebacks where, like you mentioned, that it's a more darker, more serious vibe. But Astro debuted with a very bright, very poppy, bubbly sound. And I was really into that because I thought it made sense. They pulled it off really well. The music video was really fun. So, I don't know, I kind of have missed Astro in that light. And I feel like this was something closer to that. Not quite 100% what they used to do, but it's closer, and I don't mind it. So, they could keep doing that. Please.
All right. Astro, you know, I think Astro's always in this weird position because, like, everyone knows who Chaonu is. The group itself is kind of stuck in, like, boy group mid-tier purgatory, you know, like they've been there for a long time.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute for them in that sense. I don't know. Maybe that's just their trajectory, because like I don't see anything that indicates that they go and like all of a sudden pop off a ton, right? But at the end of the day, they do have a very solid fandom. They are selling a lot of albums. You know, they do have popular members. Maybe life's not that bad being in that position, right? I bet you there are a lot of groups that wish they were in that position, right?
So, yeah.
All right. You want to move to the next one?
Let's go.
Oh boy.
All right, the last song we're talking about today is Somi's Dum Dum. So she is from YG Black Label. Debuted 2015 with IOI 2019 as a solo artist. Her other 2 solo tracks were What You Waiting For and Birthday, with 1 music show win so far. Out of the 3 songs this week, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to say this is my favorite, right? But I will say that this is the song that exceeded my expectations the most.
Oh. Okay.
Like, okay. Birthday, I think, is a fun song, right? What You Waiting For, I don't think is very good. I'm gonna be honest here. It's not that good. This Dum Dum song, pretty good, you know?
Quite short, though.
It feels like the type of song to me, like I could see like Sunmi doing this type of songs, particularly the chorus. I thought that was I could have seen her doing this. But you know, Somi's doing her thing. Concepting wise, we have like high teen drama thing. I mean, at one point they even had a webtoon panel, like
Yeah.
And it really felt like that was the kind of theming they were going for, right? Like, you know, it's a fun song, you know? Somi's doing her thing. I'm happy because this is the first Somi song that on day one, I'm like, this is pretty good. Like, this is the first song from her that on day one, I've been very positive about. And I'm like, all right, we're turning the ship around in the correct direction. Somi's been around for 5 years. She's had 3 songs, you know?
Oh my God.
5 years. Oh my God.
It was literally to the point where I saw the concept thing and I'm like, high school. I'm like, isn't Somi old now? And then I looked it up. She's 20.
No.
Like, I was like, I was surprised by that, to be honest. Because it just feels like she's been around forever, right? Like,
I mean, it's all about image making, right? Like now that we've been like accustomed to this person, we start to think, oh, you know, she's been around for a while. High school concepting, that's like, you know, something that a lot of rookies do. But I do feel like she did stick herself out a little bit in that aspect. Like this felt more like this felt less like a high school thing and more like a high teen, early 2000s mean girl vibe. Right. Especially with the outfits and whatnot.
Yes.
Then there's like a prom scene where she shows up. I never got that. Like she has this like gigantic set of wings on the back of her.
Yeah.
I also thought there was a Carrie reference in this music video.
Carrie?
Oh,
What's
with like
Carrie?
blood.
There's a famous American like somewhat psychological horror-ish movie where the ending scene is her at prom and there's just like a lot of blood.
Oh wait, I know what movie you're talking about. Wait, what's it called again?
Carrie.
How do I spell it?
Carrie.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Okay.
There was a reference, I think, because she was like sort of covered in something that sort of looked like blood at some point in this music video.
Yeah, she was like stabbing something in a scene, and then it splatters her. Huh.
It was kind of weird. This storytelling was weird, and like, at a certain point, she's texting her friends like, "I wonder if he likes me." I'm like, "Fam, you just came up and like held his face and ate his French fries." If it's not very clear at that point that you're interested in, this dude is like dense as a bag of rocks, right? Like, let's be real here. Like, I don't know.
Interesting.
It felt like it chronologically didn't make sense. That's the vibe. Right. And that was one indicator that you just mentioned. And the other indicator was like you mentioned, like she gets all bloody and like only has one wing at some point.
Yeah.
And then later there's a prom scene and she has both of her wings. And you know.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Right. So like, did you find the other wing with your blood or something? Like what happened there? Right. Like.
Yeah, the concept is a little weird, right? Like.
Yeah, it was a little funky, but you know what? It's fine. The song's fine. That's the takeaway I'm getting here, right? Like. I personally felt like the drop was a little lackluster, not gonna lie, for me personally.
Okay.
Did you like the choreo? Did you see a lot of gyrating? Did you like that?
I saw a lot of one eye movements, you know?
Oh yeah, this thing, right?
Like, you know, like
to be honest,
apparently.
I'll take it over the very, very like minimal stuff that you had for What You're Waiting For.
Yeah, that was the one where like she could dance in a box, right?
Exactly. Like live stages were interesting to watch for that one, but this one I feel like we're getting there. I feel like the choreography kind of matched more of the vibe of the song and her skill as well. Because like Somi's a good dancer, she's a really good performer.
Wait, you
I
just
just
said you just said we're getting there, so
Well, I
we're
feel
not
like-
there yet. Is what you're saying?
No,
I think
definitely
the
not.
better
there
way to
yet.
put it is we're finally heading in the right direction, right?
Yeah. I have hope. I have hope with this.
The question is, why aren't we at the destination already?
Well, Teddy. Sorry.
I don't know. Like you'd expect like one of the biggest talents in the industry, both in
Yeah.
terms of skill and both in terms of like star power. And then you have one of the biggest producers in the industry, backed up by one of the biggest companies of the entire industry, and you'd expect something better.
Can I be honest? Like, I feel like they just keep giving her, as good as the song is, right? And I like the
Right.
song.
Okay.
They just keep giving her like cookie cutter pops, like YG songs,
That's what this is.
right?
The problem, right. The problem with the song, the problem of why I don't like the drop is that like it just feels like they just stuck another drop that just feels normal.
It sounds like a Blackpink whistle remix. Like it's like a different variation of flutes
Okay,
going
sure.
on. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I know what
we've
you
had
mean.
that motif already, right? Like
Right. And the thing that like that I felt sad about was like the lead up to it, the verses, everything. You could hear the high teen thing in the sound
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah.
That was there. And then they ditched all of it for just a safe sounding pop drop. And I was like, what? Why? Why'd you do that? People go crazy for Mean Girls, even in Korea, even outside Korea. Why did you ditch? Why did you throw it all away, Teddy? Do you not like what? Why do you not like music? Is that what it is? I will poo all over you, young man.
I feel here's the thing.
Oh.
Obviously, Teddy's successful. There's no issue with Somi because she's very popular, right? People know who she is. But
Right.
the issue is on a musical level, I still don't find like the Somi identity yet, right? Like
Right.
that's the
Right.
big issue I'm having.
Here's the thing: when you have 3 songs that kind of sound like generic pop songs, there's no identity.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Right, the identity you have is built from variety and other appearances at that point. It's not, you don't
And I
have
mean,
a musical identity.
That's a shame too, because like she has it. Somi has it.
Oh, she has
Yeah.
complete
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it like there's only so much she can do in that aspect as a performer because I don't know what percentage, if at all, she has like a hand in everything that she's doing, but like she needs the support of the producers, the concept directors, everybody who is supposed to help her have that identity in the public media, you know? So I don't know. I feel like it's concerning that it takes so long, and then even that I'm still waiting for a little more. I don't know.
Yeah, we're still at the point. Like, I think the issue is like, yeah, we got 3 title tracks, but at the end of the day, if you're like, what is the Somi song? We still haven't had it yet, right? You know,
Look,
Yeah.
we've had how many songs total from this person? We've had 4 songs.
3, I think.
No, the first song was a double single.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Come on. It's been 3 years now. We're in our 3rd year. Give the person an EP. Give her an album. You know.
Yeah.
Give her a proper title track. You know. Don't go wasting money into this. You know, like generic cookie cutter poo poo. Work with her. See what
Somi
you can give her.
does justice for Somi. She deserves better. Justice
She
for
does.
Enik. That's her real name, by the way.
Is it okay? I have no clue.
Yeah.
Look,
Good song though. Fun song.
No, here's the thing. Song's not bad. Song's not
fun
bad.
song. It's fun
No.
song though.
But it could be so much better.
I agree.
We
I
know the
agree.
potential.
Yeah. All right. Other releases this week, we have BB's YY featuring Tiger JK, who is her boss. Akmu, we have 3 of those songs that came out. Stupid Love Song with Crush, TikTok, TikTok, TikTok with Benzino, and Bench with Zion T. We also had Solar and Moonbyul. They released Promise You, which is a remake of the 2002 track by Vibe. GOT7's Jackson and Internet Money released Drive You Home. GOT7's Jinyoung released Dive. And then Golden Child released Rapam Pam. So those were the other releases.
Nice.
All right, Spice King. This is probably the most changed segment going into season 4. You know, typically Spice King is the segment where we decide which songs reign supreme. So we have our own chart. We judge the songs in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue. And then songs that place number 1 on the Soju chart are declared this week's Spice King. All right, that's base Spice King. That doesn't really change. How we get Season 3, if you got first place, you got 3 points. If you were in second place, you got 2. And if you were in third, you got 1. We changing that. First place now is 5 points. Second place is 3 points. And third place is 1 point. So we are weighting it more heavily, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 2. This one's kind of crazy. We are going to include our patrons in our voting now. So the homies, the Harold's homies on Discord, now get to put input, and they will be acting as a 4th entity. So before the podcast this week, we tell them the songs, we let them all vote, and we give the average of that. So now the 3 of us get to give out votes and points, and they also get to. So it's sort of like on a music show where you have the fan vote. So that's also going to happen. Right?
Wow.
Now that has some substance here, because now if you gain all first place votes, so now that's 20, right? Because each first place vote is worth 5. So if all 3 of the crew and the homies give you first place, so you get 20 points, you now get a double crown.
All kill, basically.
All kill. So if you all kill, you get a double crown, but you still need 3 crowns to enter Hall of Spice. Our logic here is, if there's such a fire song, we don't want it to hold the chart hostage for 3 weeks, so you only have to hold it for 2, potentially.
Wow.
And finally, no tiebreakers in Season 4. So if 2 songs have the same amount of points, it is what it is. Boom. All right, the chart from last week on episode 149. Taeyeon's Weekend, so she picked up her 3rd crown, went into the Hall of Spice. Akmu's Hey Kid Close Your Eyes got 2nd, and Dio's Rose got 3rd. All right, I got a chart this week. I'm very confident about this chart. This is
Yes.
Really?
Great.
Okay, I'm very unconfident about
confident chart. 3rd place, I have Akmu's Hey Kid Close Your Eyes. Second
Third place?
Yep, 3rd place. Second place, I have Somi's Dum Dum.
Okay.
And in first place, I have Dreamcatcher with Because.
Ah, I see. All right.
Okay.
I see.
Okay, logic. Here's my reasoning, right? The Akmu songs, all of them just haven't hit that hard, like sticking power wise for me. Like I don't know.
That's fair.
Just not that hard.
Fair.
And I really like the Dreamcatcher and Somi songs, and out of the 2, I like the Dreamcatcher one more. So that's why I put it in first.
Surprised that ASTRO is not in your list.
Oh.
Right.
Is
Do
that
you
a
have
bit
it
of
in your
foreshadowing? I mean, is it a bit of foreshadowing? I don't know, but you go, Anita. That's the rule. That's the law now.
That is the law.
Season 4. Anita always has to speak before Warren. That's how it works.
Okay, I'll go top down because I think that's the easiest for me right now. Number 1, I'm gonna place Akmu's Naka in first because I still like the song. I think I'm in the minority here between the 3 of us, but I don't know. I like the take on the disco sound. IU is a great feature or collaborator, I should say. So I'll put it in first. Second, I do have ASTRO in second. There you go. That's where I'm gonna put them.
Nice. I like that.
I think it will grow on me. I agree that it's not like the most outstanding, like catchy sound from them, but I prefer this sound than other comebacks, I'll be honest. And then in third, I had 2 names down, but I'm gonna make a last minute decision and put Somi in third. Reason being, reason being is like I commend the shift. I am a little bit more hopeful to this sound. I don't know if it will stay in third place because it is very short, and I feel like there was a little bit of underdevelopment in some areas, but I don't know. I feel like I'll be watching live stages for this for sure, especially now that the choreo is a little bit more out there, and you can kind of pick it out. So I'll put it there in third place.
Okay, even before Warren goes, right? Like,
yeah.
I have the homie vote results, right? So our patrons, This is crazy the way these points are coming out. All right, go Warren.
Okay,
let's go.
Real quick, if you see me squinting and crying a little bit, something went inside my eye and it hurts like.
Oh, I thought you were judging my list.
No. No negative feelings. My eye is feeling a little funky, but I will go now. Look, Naka by Akmu with IU. Fine song. I don't like it. Not on my chart. Doug was like, you just lied to me. Oh, I'm sorry. Look, Because by Dreamcatcher. I like it a significant more than Odd Eye. But I don't like it enough to put it on the chart, so it's not on my chart. I am sorry. Now, no more joking around, right? Okay. Dum Dum by Somi, you know? Sure, it's a little cookie cutter, but I still feel like there's enough about it to kind of enjoy. I feel like if you're an American pop head, you'll enjoy it. It's kind of nice. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's still fun. Putting it on third. Okay?
There you go. Yeah. There you go, Warren.
Look, After Midnight by ASTRO. Song flows like water. Just nice. It was, very pleasing to listen to. It was just overall fun. Sure, it's not the most memorable thing, but at the same time, I do feel like it's already on my playlist for songs that kind of sound like that. Therefore, I'm putting it on first.
Ooh.
Oh, first.
On first.
Okay.
Doug is like, my calculations are a poo-poo now.
They are. I'm rewriting.
I'm sorry, I wasn't done. You should wait. Wait.
Okay.
Look.
What's in second?
Is it Akmu, Hey Kid, Close Your Eyes?
Yep, it's Hey Kid, Close Your Eyes by Akmu. Look, I think after another week of listening to it, I think there's a lot to enjoy about it. I still really, really like Izoni's part when her voice comes in. I still feel like everything's great. But at the same time, I'm appreciating the Akmu vocals a lot more too. I think it's a great callback to the 80s. But I also think the song provides plenty for the modern audience like myself that did not live through the 80s, So
true.
Cool song.
Okay, I honestly did not expect these results. First of all, Harold's Homies, which are our patrons specifically the patrons on Discord. So if you want to be a patron, our Patreon links on our YouTube info, all that stuff. But the Harold's Homies voted Dreamcatcher's Because in first place.
Oh.
They voted Somi's Dum Dum in second place. And they voted Akmu's Hey Kid, Close Your Eyes in first place. So they matched me. I had the same exact voting as them, right?
They didn't vote for ASTRO?
No, almost no one did, to be honest.
Guys!
Oh, no.
Actually, ASTRO came in like fourth place, I think, in their voting.
Guys!
You know the craziest thing about this? I'm going to go from third to first. In third place with 8 votes, ASTRO's After Midnight.
There we go.
Okay.
In second place, Dreamcatcher's Because with 10. And finally, in first place, Somi's Dum Dum with 12.
Wow.
What?
So he got a second place vote from me. You both gave it third, and then the patrons gave it second. So it has 12 points.
That was...
Dang.
Wait, I can't count. Oh my god, I messed this up. I'm sorry, we need a recount here.
We demand a recount.
Wow, we demand a recount.
Oh wait, okay.
But
did I do
wow,
this
okay. This is voting fraud, I'm telling you. Voting fraud.
Alright, this is growing pains. That's what this is. Give me like
God, season 4 is off to a great start. I'm telling you guys. Season 4, everything's gonna go through the chutes.
Oh, okay. No, we have a different thing. We have a different chart. Chart.
Okay, completely different chart. Disregard everything we've said.
Alright, let me do this again. There's a tie for second place. There's no third place this week.
Okay.
There's a tie for second place. 2 songs got 8 points.
Okay.
That's ASTRO's After Midnight and Somi's Dum Dum.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So let me talk about this out so that it's fair, right? So ASTRO's After Midnight, Anita gave it a second place vote, which is worth 3 points, and Warren gave it a first place vote, which is worth 8, right? Altogether. Somi's Dum Dum, I gave it second, which is 3. Harold's Homies gave it second, which is 3, and then Warren and Anita both gave it third place, which is 1, so that's 8, right?
Right.
Finally, Dreamcatcher's Because is in first place this week with 10 points, because I gave it first,
wow.
and the Homies gave it first.
Once again, Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatcher is one of the most popular groups on our Discord, and it's particularly in the Harold's Homies. Our patrons love Dreamcatcher, so good luck beating it, guys, for the next couple weeks. Just saying, we gotta force this into Hall of Spice again, guys.
Oh my god! Too much
You
power.
know, now me and the homies can hold Dreamcatcher hostage. Like, we can hold that song, the whole chart hostage.
Yeah, I'm not liking season 4. We should go back to season 3.
You know,
Just joking.
to be honest, I'm just happy that I caught my own mistake with the counting, because it would have been really embarrassing if we had moved on and someone's like, Doug, you can't even count to 8.
It's a lot more votes now, though. Like,
it's a lot harder. You know, I only got 10 fingers.
is.
If it's higher than 10 points, we might not be able to do it, dude. Like,
Use your toes. Use your toes.
So to repeat what the chart is this week, we have a tie for second place. It's Somi's Dum Dum, Astro's After Midnight, and then in first place with 10 points, Dreamcatcher's Because.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we completely flipped the chart this week. All the new songs ended up on it. Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
All right, finally, we have show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we have 2 winners to be exact. So BTS, Permission to Dance, won once again, show champion in Music Bank. So congrats. Their total of wins is 6. 6 total wins for this comeback. And then we have Soyeon's Beam Beam, won an M Countdown. So she has a total of 2 wins for this comeback, or solo debut, I should say. Or re-debut.
Congrats.
Before we end part 1, you know, we're trying to do a new season. I feel like it's been a dumpster fire so far, which is kind of funny. You know, it is what it is.
Hey, things happen. You gotta roll with it. You gotta roll with it.
You know, we're now at the end of this part 1 of SojuTalk episode.
There we go.
The first episode of season 4. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 150, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. All right, news and events is going to be a little bit different. It's kind of like show and tell now, if I had to explain it, where each of us brings like a pretty big topic that we want to talk about, and then we have a little bit of a discussion. So we're not going to cover everything. We will mention the other big stuff that we're not going to have an open discussion about at the end of the news section, but there will just be like 3 major topics each week, you know. And if there's something big, of course, we'll cover it. So the first one that I brought this week, from July 2020 through June 2021, I can't even talk today.
Correct.
There were 7.5 billion K-pop related tweets on Twitter between that 1 year.
Oh my god.
Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Korea, and the United States accounted for the most K-pop related tweets, while BTS, NCT, Blackpink, EXO, and Treasure were the most mentioned groups, and those are in that order. 7.5 billion tweets, though.
Is that out of the ordinary, though? Like, is that like a great increase as compared to other years?
I believe it's an increase, but that just feels like a massive number to me, right?
Yeah, it feels big, but I'm wondering, like,
for reference, the world population at this point is about 7.6 billion. So, you know, think about it this way. Over the span of a year, everyone and their family members, they all sent out one tweet about K-pop. And that's what this equivalent is, right? Like, everyone in the world. I'm talking about, you know, 2-year-old babies. I'm talking about, like, you know, people who speak a different language, you know, quite literally.
True.
If you think about that figure also, that's just tweets. That's not like responses or replies or comments or whatever.
Okay.
Those are top level tweets, I believe.
Oh. Wow.
Isn't that kind of nuts? Right? Like,
yeah, I mean, oh my god, that's a lot of tweets.
If you look at the countries, Southeast Asia is hard carrying, right? Indonesia, Philippines.
Oh yeah.
Top 3. You know, they love their K-pop there. You know, Korea makes sense. United States, we're a big country, kind of makes sense. But Shout out to Southeast Asia. They feels like they're the most fervent K-pop fans to me. One more thing.
Yeah, sorry. I found another nice statistic. There's about per year 200 billion tweets.
In general?
In general, overall, on the entire platform, that's like 3% of the entire platform.
Really? Yeah, that's like
wow.
That's like 4% to 5. Yeah, 4% of the world's of all the Twitter tweets are K-pop related.
Right. I mean, I know a big part of the K-pop community is located on Twitter, but like still, like that's quite big. Not gonna lie.
That's so interesting because I mean, when I first got into K-pop. And even up to now, I was never a part of the Twitter community, so I wasn't even aware of the K-pop side of Twitter until like recently. So this is a huge number.
That being said,
I'm guessing get bigger.
SojuTalk does not endorse stan Twitter-ing as a thing, so don't do that.
Behavior, right?
Be nice people on Twitter about K-pop. We're trying to spread the love, but
I have an alt account that I use for Rocket Punch content.
Are you a hater?
No, I don't say a lot, but like,
You better not, Warren.
Yeah, you better not pick a fight with me.
Warren.
Let's move on.
If we look at the groups, right? I have the thing up, right? Treasure in 5th place. Kind of interesting to me, right?
A little surprising, but maybe not.
So they're in 5th. 6th through 10th is TXT and Hypen got 7 twice and 17.
Ah.
I feel like 17's low to me. And Treasure seems like it would be below all of those groups in my mind, but apparently not, right?
Yeah.
Treasure.
Maybe because they seem so young too.
Exactly, because in my head they're like rookies. Everyone else is kind of like I kind of coupled TXT and Hypen together, right? Just have to do that in my head sometimes. Maybe. Got 7. We know they're very strong. Twice, second biggest girl group on Twitter. 17, I would think would be higher too in my mind.
Maybe Treasure is big in Southeast Asia. That's one way to think about it, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm not. This is not to say Treasure is big or small, but like at the same time, that's worth thinking about. We might have this confounding variable.
But overall, like we keep on like saying, oh, is K-pop at a peak? All the metrics are pointing that we're still going upwards, though.
Yeah, it's not going to stop.
I also heard, it's not a news topic this week, but McDonald's, right? I heard the week that they dropped the BTS meal, they saw like a 400% increase in nuggets sold that week, or something like that.
Oh my god!
It was at least 250. It might have been 400. I don't remember. It was some massive number. Additionally, the BTS meal is discussed in like business articles as one of the main reasons why they had such a strong Q2. They said, they're like, obviously the number is higher than 2020 because COVID, was bad for the food industry.
Right.
But they said, that being said, one of the things that really helped them out in increasing sales was the BTS meal.
Well, there you go. BTS power.
That's the power, man.
All right, Anita, what did you want to talk about this week?
Yes, so we're going to talk about reunions because SNSD is rumored or now confirmed to make an appearance on You Quiz on the Block as a full group for the 14th anniversary of their debut. So it has been confirmed that the production team and each member's agencies are coordinating the filming schedule, but there has yet to be a date set. And this will be their first full group appearance since they did holiday promotions 4 years ago. So I guess to me, it hasn't been that long, 4 years ago. And I guess 14th anniversary seems a little odd as a number, but interesting. I think it's nice that they're reappearing together.
Yeah, this is okay. So obviously this is Girls' Generation 8, right? Not 9.
Correct.
That they kind of erased Jessica out of the equation. Period.
Yeah, it's not about that. Still,
I think this is an interesting way to go about it because it's like an appearance on a thing, right? So there's a lot less red tape that they have to get through to make this happen because most of the girls are at different agencies now. I believe like I think Taeyeon and Hyoyeon are the only two, and Sunny are the only ones that are still at SM or something like that. Yuna
Really?
too?
Wow.
Yuna, I think.
I think Yuna's still.
So that's like 4 or something, and then the other, I know a lot of them are at different agencies now. So it's kind of tricky. So I think it's a good way to go about it, right? Because I think you can't just do music off the bat because, the negotiations would be ridiculous, right? Because SM would be like, we want to control the whole thing, right? And then the girls would be like, that's the reason we left, So going about it this way, making an appearance on this variety show with Yoo Jae-suk is on there, right?
Correct. He's a host.
If everyone watches this and it pops off, it makes the likelihood of actually having a music reunion higher, I would say.
Ooh, that's true. That's true.
I feel like it's very likely to pop off too because I wasn't too familiar with the shows and I watched some clips and BTS was on it not too long ago.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting setup. So they quiz the artists on like their stuff, like so quiz on themselves. And they've been having like appearances from fans. I think BTS had a fan that also appeared on the show. So I don't know. It's a very like down memory lane, like going back to the group and what they do, what they're doing now. I missed that because I feel like SNSD was super memorable as a second generation group, and I don't know. I guess with the way things ended and how they kind of separated and did different things.
Hey.
Yeah, there's questions there.
Don't say things have ended. They haven't disbanded,
True.
Never know.
On paper, they're not
functionally
disbanded.
ended. Functionally.
Yeah.
Look, but at the same time, the way they wrapped things up, sure, the Jessica stuff could have been handled a little better. But besides that,
it was relatively amicable. So
it was great.
Right.
You can't complain at that point, really. And really, what I think is interesting about the U-Quiz appearance is that, functionally speaking, that is the best variety for people to appear on right now and focus purely on who they are, right?
Right, yeah.
It is essentially Korea's answer to late night interviews, obviously a lot more modernized and a lot more Koreanized. And
more informal.
Right. And it's not what's interesting about the show is not they don't only interview celebrities. They interview random people off the streets. That used to be a thing before COVID happened. They would
carry like chairs and tables with them and interview.
Right. My favorite episode was when they talked with like a little 7-year-old, and she was a great speaker. Look, they have English subs. Go check them out. But we'll see what happens.
This is good because like for me the only member of Girls' Generation I see like all the time is Taeyeon because I watch Do Re Mi Market that listening show, so I see her all the time. Everyone else is like I don't see them all that much. But all right, Warren, what do you want to talk about?
Well, speaking of SM girl groups, aespa's cool. SNSD, they're going on U-Quiz, but let's talk about Red Velvet because they've been gone for a hot bit.
They have.
It's been 20 months since we saw Psycho.
Oh my god.
And on August 1st, on their 7th debut anniversary date, Red Velvet announced their long-awaited comeback for August 16th with their 6th mini-album, which is to be titled Queendom. Now, obviously, what's interesting about this, right, is they've had this long gap, right? They've had these solo performances from various different members, as well as unit promotions. Then there was, the Irene situation at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I think it's not difficult to say that this comeback is going to be... There's a lot relying on this.
Oh, no.
There's pressure.
This sets the entire tone for the next, 3 years for them.
Right.
100%. Yeah. This is, I think, the most important single, definitely for girl group, release of the year. I think the two biggest ones people want to see is this and probably the Lisa solo thing if it happens this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, here's what's interesting, right? Because it's their 7th anniversary.
Pretty
how
big number.
Right. Typical contract lengths tend to be 7 years.
Yeah, people were writing them off after the Irene stuff. They're like, it's over.
Right. Some people are saying it's like no more comebacks.
I'm excited for this. It's relatively soon too. August 16th. It's like 2 weeks away.
2 weeks. Yeah. Hopefully it lives up to the hype, right? Hopefully they can pull off a great comeback, and we get Red Velvet for however many more years, But for the time being,
I'm so curious about the concepting on this. Do you go traditional Red Velvet Bargamat Happy, or do you go velvety? Where they used to alternate concepts? Who knows?
I guess they're gonna go for something slightly experimental. I feel like I don't think they're gonna go for something they've done already, because I don't know. It's been such a long wait, and the hype that they've been building up for this, because they've also been releasing, I forgot the title, but the shorter clips and the videos, the what is it? The Queen's
something general store. Something general store.
General store.
Right.
Yes. Like there's like I don't know, it almost feels like storytelling being built to this comeback, and I feel like it needs to be something a little different.
Well, I mean, have they ever not done something experimental? Is the question we ask. Thinking about RBB, thinking about Zimzalabim.
Okay, yeah, that last run, I was just not on board with that. I was not the biggest fan. Like, I love Psycho, but the previous trilogy stuff, like, it just wasn't for me.
So yeah, I don't know. I also feel like we're gonna get something that's a bit red, a bit velvet, a bit pop, a bit experimental.
Hey, whatever it is, I'm hype, dude. Like,
I'm hyped too.
Red Velvet, like, hey, I don't think. I'm gonna make a hot take real quick. I don't think that Twice set the bar very high this year with high tier girl group comebacks. I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
Can I just add on to that and say all the high tier girl group comebacks this year have been kind of
The mid tier girl groups have been killing it though.
And rookies, I feel like.
Weekly, Stacey.
I want to say something. I have underestimated ASAP's popularity.
Exactly, Doug.
Let me explain this. I went back, so my family, we didn't watch that Doremi Market show, so it has Taeyeon and Key are the idols you'll know, but as a bunch of people, they listen to Korean music and they try to decipher what they're saying, so they try to dictate the lyrics, right? That's the whole premise of the show. For some reason, during that one of the episodes I was watching, they mentioned ASAP, right?
Yes.
And then Taeyeon and Key did the choreography. Like, they knew it.
Yes.
They knew the chorus. They did that thing, the punch thing. They both knew the whole, and even Key knew the verses too. He kept doing it until they made him stop. Like,
yeah. Let's go, Key.
If Key and Taeyeon know your choreography, the song must be good, right? Let's be here.
It's super catchy. The choreo is meant to be copied. It's meant to spread. Meant to be recreated.
If I can copy it, so can you.
I remember I remember what it was. What happened was they do a mini game in the middle of the show where they change it each week. But this week they showed the screen of the music show where they have the first place candidates. And what the contestants, what they had to do was they had to name both the artist and the song for each of those. And Stacey was one of those candidates. And then they got to choose between the two songs which one they wanted to dance to. So they chose ASAP. So they danced ASAP.
Well, they made the right decision.
They did. They really did.
Hey, Doug, we are... I am all forgiving. I'm glad you have come
I also
to the right
want to
side.
say... I've been listening to ASAP the whole week. It might be better the weekend. Just saying.
It is.
You good.
Oh my God!
In other news, I'm just gonna run through these. BTS's Butter is officially #1 on the Hot 100 for the 9th week in a row.
Goodness.
It is now the song. It is now the song in 2021 that has the most #1s. So it is now ahead of Olivia Rodrigo's Driver's License, which has 8. So that's a thing.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Update, the JYP new girl group that's going to debut in 2022, well, they now have sold 60,000 blind package pre-order albums. Not 40,000, 60,000.
How? Why?
I don't know. People like gacha, I guess. Right?
I saw, so Therese made a TikTok out of this, and I saw people comment on it, and they were like, oh, I can sell it for resale.
Is it business?
hype beasts,
I mean,
resellers.
when we mentioned it, I said that was the only reason I would potentially buy this, right?
I mean, I can't believe people went ahead to do it. Well, I mean, props to you for trying to make money, but still.
Next one. This is a bit of a noof. So, Jiyoon from Weekly will not... Weekly! I almost said it wrong. Weekly. So, she will not be participating in the upcoming comeback due to anxiety and stress. I don't know if that means she won't be in the music video, but she will definitely not be doing the promotions of that song.
I hope she gets some rest.
Next, on the 28th, there were reports that Wheein of Mamamoo is wrapping up discussions to potentially join Higher Music.
Whoa.
So that's a maybe signing with someone. In terms of someone who did sign with another company, G-Friend Sowon has signed the contract with IOK Company as actress Kim So-jung. So she's going back to her real name. IOK Company is that company where BI is a director in. And it's an acting label. So she's going to be exclusively an actress, it seems.
Interesting.
Wow.
Next, Mnet has completed compensation for 11 of 12 Produce 101 series contestants eliminated due to manipulation. So they having the payout, which is good. They said that the 12th person's being a little difficult, so they're still negotiating with them, essentially.
My goodness.
Wow.
Lastly, so this is sort of rumors, half confirmed, not sure if it's really true, but Park Seo-joon, the really famous Korean actor, he people think he's gonna be in Captain Marvel too, because there was an IMDb change apparently.
Now the movie's gonna be titled The Marvels. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. Look, I'll be honest. Have him be an extra. I don't know. Just put him on there.
Somewhere
If you show his face for 10 seconds, the amount of tickets you sell, the amount of tickets you sell in Korea will infinitely increase if you just put him in this movie.
Yeah.
Only Korea? No. Think of all the Park Seo-joon. Think of all the K-drama fans who have seen Naito in class.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna go
over.
nuts.
All over.
Right. I mean, I'm down. Let's go.
Oh no, I want some K-pop. I want BTS to make a cameo randomly. I think that'd be funny.
The BTS members should have been Eternals. Just putting that out there.
I think that that Avengers movie that had bits in Korea was a little bit too early. If it had been a couple years later, there would have been way more K-pop involved. Also, Black Panther had some things in Korea. And I think they would have doubled down more.
That part was funky because the grandma spoke in Korean that I've never heard of. The
Korean Black Panther was so sauce, dude. It was
horrible. The thing with the running theory in the community is that so the Korean lady in Avengers 2, I guess spoilers, Korean lady in Avengers 2 never shows up again. But her last name is Cho. Now, one of the newer Hulk people in the comic books, his name is Amadeus Cho, who is the son of that Korean lady. And people have been going, Amadeus Cho, the younger Hulk boy, he's pretty popular in the comics. Why don't we make him with Park Seo-joon, and just put him down there as a concept, Just a thought.
There is like a Korean character in the canon that would make sense to throw in this, right?
It would. Just, very smart man. But
I actually prefer it that way because I would kind of hate them to just write in a Korean, because hey, K-pop, right. I think it's good that there's representation in that form.
Let's go.
All right. Announced big comeback. So, Boys the Capo, August 10th. 10 via SM Station, August 10th.
Ooh.
Red Velvet, August 16th. Gravity, August 19th. Stray Kids. So, this one, all right, this is a story behind Stray Kids on August 23rd. We were supposed to mention it last week, but, no one put it in our news channel on the Discord, so I accidentally forgot. We got
it now.
So we're late. No, we're here now. Very, very also on the same day, August 23rd. I don't know why you would want to overlap with Stray Kids, though. MCND, late August. Mayday, late August. And Tiara, sometime in 2021, they said.
Yeah.
Tiara?
They're still a thing, apparently.
Wow.
All right.
All right, we're at State of the Nation now. In the future, how we've been doing World Cups, things like that. I think that the thing we're going to be talking about for a while or until we get bored of the show is Produce Season 5, a.k.a. Girls Planet 999, right?
Unofficial produce.
From all the media they've been putting out, they do fun behind the scenes to get you hype about contestants. All of it's the same crap they've done with Produce. All of it.
It's essentially produced.
It's produced.
rebranded.
It's
Yeah.
season 5 produced with 3 countries instead of 2 in 48. Yeah.
I mean, I here's the thing. If there's anything that I found about season 3 is that you guys seem to like when we do that kind of stuff. World Cups was people talk about that a lot on the Discord and comment a lot about it on the YouTube. People talked a lot about our save and drop ones. Shout outs again to what's his name? Jenai on the YouTube comments who suggested
Yes,
that.
thank you.
And all the people who suggest the stuff we do. So while for the next 12 weeks, while Produce Season 5 essentially is going on, we can't do that stuff because we're going to talk about that instead. But what we are going to do, and what I tested out last week is I went on Twitch. We went on Twitch. Oh, well, Doug and I went on Twitch.
Yes.
Anita wasn't there because of technical difficulties.
Yes.
But essentially, we want to use that as another platform to do just chatting content. Maybe some video games too. I don't know. Now, that being said, it won't happen for 2 weeks while I'm in my parents' house because I don't have the setup to do it. But once I come back, it'll happen. I'll mention it again so that people are aware of it. Yeah, so that's something we want to do going forward in the next season, right? Is we want to expand a little bit. Right. We want to do a little more on YouTube. We want to expand a little bit on Twitch. I remember one of the things I said about season 3 is that I want to do more YouTube content. So that didn't happen. Here's the thing.
We're ambitious.
Let me define myself a little bit, right? Okay, I wrote a script. I started editing a video about
Twice?
No. Well, the one I did before that was about Rocket Punch and
okay.
the third comeback they did, which I forget the title of. And I was like, okay, making video essays are very hard. I have a full-time job. I'm doing stuff on the weekends. And so I'm seeing this as an alternative for us to talk more about K-pop with people who want to hear more of us talk about K-pop, as well as some random bullcrap.
Also, I say way more hot takes in the side content.
You were way more spicy than I expected you to be. And I was like, is this okay?
I was a little tired, I was like, I'm just going to say whatever I want to say. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, all right, we do the pod. We got to keep it somewhat PC. I can't be burning bridges with all the fandoms real quick. But on a live stream, though, where it's casual, I'm just going to burn all the bridges real quick,
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I was saying some ridiculous Eyes One hot takes.
And yeah, see, I brought you on because you're an Eyes One fan, but apparently not. Apparently not. Here's what we did. We did an Eyes One song tier list. We did a best fruit World Cup.
I heard people complain about that, and I am so sorry I was not there to defend
Warren.
fruits.
People were most pissed that Warren chose kiwi over mango.
Kiwis are superior to mangoes.
That was the thing that got the most people heated.
Warren?
Kiwis are fine. You guys seem to hate on kiwis for no reason.
And also the amount of tomatoes in all of our content was too high for most people.
Tomatoes are fruit. Look, anyways, it's not on YouTube because Doug was like, this is too spicy for YouTube.
I said such ridiculous things.
But if you go on the Discord, on the announcements channel, there's a link to it. You can watch it if you're in the Discord. If not, you'll just have to join the Discord or DM me for the link. I don't know. Do whatever you want. So that's something that'll happen. This I'm 100% committing to. Don't worry about that.
All right.
So here we are. We have some new media assets. We have a gift bag from Doug. It says gift 150. Who is it from, Douglas?
Okay. To be honest, so for I think episode 100 or our 2nd year anniversary or something, people got together and they sent us gift. They were shot glasses, right? So just
thank you.
Shout out to them. That one was like after the fact I knew of the organization who did what. They made their own Discord server to coordinate
the committee.
Right? This time, my friend Shinboy, aka Matt, who's a childhood friend of mine, right?
Shout out to Matt, by the way.
Hey, Matt.
He messaged me some point last week and was like, "Are you gonna be home and this weekend?" Because he's like, "Are you busy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be home." He's like, "I got something to drop off at your house," And I was thinking that Matt's mom made some baked goods because his mom makes really good baked goods, right? So I was here hoping he was gonna show up with a plate of cookies or brownies or something, right? He shows up to my house like, I don't know, they told me to give you this. So Matt apparently rapped this, so we ain't gonna rip on his rapping. But someone on our Discord, they gave us a present for episode 150 in season 4.
So it wasn't Matt who gave it to us. Someone on the Discord gave it to us.
I don't know if even Matt was involved, other than rapping. He knew of it
Too
though.
much mystery.
But people on our Discord got us a present. I have no clue what it is. They even stapled the back shut so I don't like look at it. Right? Like
We can take a peek.
They told me to open it up on camera, so I'm gonna start opening this.
Okay, we're on
so
camera now. Go on YouTube if you want to see this.
Yeah. So like, I have no clue what this is. All right, it's very thin.
Okay. It's a thin thing. Okay.
It's from
There's an
Etsy.
envelope.
It's from Etsy.
Etsy.
Oh, for a second I thought it was Itzy, and I was like, Itzy doesn't know who we are.
What is this?
Okay.
Ooh.
There's an Etsy gift.
Okay, I don't know what this is. So
SojuTalk Anita. Season 3.
Let me open this.
Oh, what is that?
I have no clue
apparently,
what this is.
this person is on Anita stan.
Thank you.
It doesn't like me or Doug. That's fine. It's cool too. You know.
All right, let's see what. I have no clue what this actually is. Still, I'm very confused.
Okay, I saw some sort
Very
of
cool
square.
already, though.
This is not a good unboxing video. Just send that out.
Whoa! There's a mini album. There's a CD.
Oh my god!
What is that? Oh
That
my
looks like
God,
an
what
LP
is it?
LP thing. That looks like an LP disc.
All right, I think I know what this is.
What is it?
It's a mini LP disc.
Okay, is it actually an
so
LP
cute.
disc?
Yeah, look at the grooves. I don't know if you
Wait,
can see that.
okay.
Oh my
Look at the grooves. There's grooves.
Okay. So for a hot second, I thought it was a CD. That is
I
like
thought it was
decorated.
a CD too. No, it's
Right.
It's a mini vinyl.
That is
Wow.
mind blowing. Oh my god.
You know what this probably is? I'm going to make a guess because I ain't gonna get my record playing going today. You know how sometimes they leave us messages and stuff? Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming
no.
that's what this is.
Oh my god.
That's so sweet.
And there's Warren one, and then there's
Oh.
one.
Oh my
Oh my God.
goodness.
Yeah, so I think the dedicated peoples on our Discord might have recorded us messages on these mini vinyls.
Oh.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you
you.
to
Thank you
everyone
for
who was involved.
listening.
So,
Thank you
I know,
for sticking around.
I think this is a good starting point. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
we're an audio podcast and we have assets on YouTube, but like I think the majority of my time being a SojuTalk person is spent on the SojuTalk Discord. I would say.
Yes. Fun
We
place.
have the most interaction. It's at the point now where they're not even like our listeners, they're like our friends on there. Especially the regulars,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The regular ones.
We made like, so on Discord you could create roles and stuff. We have ones for like all sorts of things. Well, like we made one recently for like how long you've been on the server. There's a lot of
Legacies.
people
Yeah.
who have been there year plus, 2 years plus. Like that's a long time.
Yeah.
Warren's like 25. That's like 4% of his
24.
life. He's known some of these people.
Yeah, I'm 24. Excuse me. Oh my god.
Whatever,
Yes.
dude.
But yes, it's a big chunk of our life.
I highly suggest for the people listening to our show who have been listening to us for a while, or if you're new, to like, even if you don't have Discord, please consider downloading it and joining our Discord.
Check it out.
It's a real fun place. We just talk about K-pop. Nowadays we talk about everything on there. We have channels for almost
Yeah.
everything going on.
I'm frankly the most active on the fashion channel than anything else.
Oh yeah, that channel.
These days I'm
pops
most
up.
active in sports channel, I think.
Yeah.
Like I've been in the sports channel all day. But
I mean,
like we
here's
have
the
a
thing.
community, we interact, we talk about K-pop, we react to the new releases, you know, it's a fun time.
Here's the thing, right? Like, I know there are people out there who are like, oh man, getting into another server is a lot of effort, it's a commitment. And to be honest, it is. People talk a lot on there and it's impossible to catch up with everything.
Oh, I've given up on that.
Yeah,
Me
same.
too.
But what you do, just download it and like mute most of the channels and just, hop on every now and then.
Yeah.
And see what people are up to. It's kind of cool, not gonna lie.
Very casual.
Yeah. So, I highly suggest you do it. If not, that's cool too. I still appreciate all the people who are listening in. And Doug over here collected all the numbers of all the listeners we're getting, right?
So, you know when you look at someone's YouTube channel, right? It's very evident what their numbers are. You could see the subscriptions, you could see the view count. You know how big this person is, right?
Yeah.
What I wanted to do is, because for podcasts, there's very limited numbers. Even we have done market research on what is considered doing well. It's very big. We look at random Reddit polls and random other websites where people tell us what good numbers are. We have no clue what it is. To this day, I have no clue if we're doing well or not, right?
Same.
Yeah.
That being said, we decided for season 4, episode 150, we were going to talk about our numbers. So you're going to learn how we're doing as a podcast. What I want to say, number one, we did update these numbers today, so they are accurate and they reflect what we've been doing since August of 2018, which was season 1 when we started.
Oh my god.
We have had over 498,000 audio downloads. So that's on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you're listening to an audio podcast, that's the number of unique downloads we've had. By the time this episode, well, I don't know if it's by the time this episode comes out, by the time episode 151 comes out, that will be over 500,000 audio downloads.
Wow.
A good 500,000. That's crazy.
And then we've had about 180,000 YouTube views, and that is off of like a couple million impressions or something like that. Okay, so we are much bigger on audio downloads than we are on YouTube, is what basically I'm trying to point out here. So
understandable too.
Right. I mean, podcasting is an audio platform, and
that being said, our audio download numbers, like it's a weird ride. It really depends on we host our. So we're gonna get really meta in this episode too, State of the Nation. But our audio downloads are completely dependent on where we host the podcast Libsyn, because if they add more places we can advertise our podcast, we get more views, right? So it's been like a mixed bag. So if I had to describe our history, is like small, little explosion, small explosion. That's how it is. It just like randomly things happen, right? What I will say is these days we average over 20,000 downloads a month. I think that's a lot for a podcast, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's the thing.
We don't know.
For a podcast that has 0 advertisers, we are completely supported by our hard work and the patrons who we're so thankful for that they that they're willing to sponsor the podcast. But like, we have no advertisers, right? We don't have any big people giving us anything. 20,000 seems like a lot of people for a small like podcast like us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like it seems like 5 digits, not a small number. Not gonna lie.
No, right?
No, and like, if you think about it, we're not, like you mentioned, we're not a part of a network. We're not like a part of like we're not, like a part of a podcasting network or like a creative network where we don't do any of that, because up to this point, it has been a hobby, and for the future being, for the near future, it's gonna stay as a hobby. I'm not gonna quit my job to do a podcast. It's not gonna lie. But like at the same time, I do appreciate how many people are finding us, staying with us, especially a lot of people who have been here since the early days, right? Like
the dark era.
We've come along.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing. If somehow this episode is the first time you're listening to the episode and you haven't heard of our previous episodes, don't.
You should start, honestly. Forward. I kind of feel like new people, if you for some reason want to go back in time, start at 100.
I'm willing to say like 75.
So, 50 was when we started video, right?
50 was when we started video. That's when it started.
Okay, video at 50. So I got that wrong. Yeah. I would say 75 is around if you for some reason want to see old SojuTalk, go like season 2, which is like episode 50 to 100, somewhere in there, right? Before that, don't watch.
It's not good. It's not good.
Dark Ages.
This week, I went back and listened to episode 0, which is unreleased, which was our test episode.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
It's so bad. No. It's so bad.
So rough. Very rough.
Even now, like so I've written 150 of these scripts, right? I've read a gajillion words. Even now, I sometimes feel like beginner's nerves when doing this. Like,
sometimes you just get nervous.
The weird thing is, we do an audio podcast. I hate 2 things: the sound of my voice and reading out loud. And look what I have to do every week. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you've got to get used to it. 3 years in.
I still don't like either of those things.
Oh my god.
We do it. I also realized that it's been a while when someone asked me like what our origin story was, like how we met each other and stuff.
Oh, it's true.
And in my head, it's like, of course we met in college, right? But like,
you should know this.
we haven't rehashed the origin story in like a year and a half or something. I don't think.
Right. So what happened was
No, we don't need to rehash it. Let's just keep it a mystery.
we were born in a capsule
Yeah.
in 2001, and we had to go back in time in a separate adventure to find the treasure of our lives, which is called One Piece. That's where we met.
And you know when Richard Branson flew off in those like spaceships a couple weeks ago, that was us going back in time. You know,
Right.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're actually recording from 2047.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want the real TLDR, like I'll give a 1 minute summary of who we are real quick. If anyone's really confused, 3 of us met in a college drumming club at University of Michigan. That's how it was. I graduated earlier than them because I'm older than them. I had a regular job.
Heck.
I was like, we ain't talking a lot. Let's do a podcast. That's the base origin of of the 3 of us.
There it is.
That's about it. Not super exciting. Another segment we might add in the future is we might answer just like random questions you have for us about anything. Life questions.
Spoiled it already. Oh my god.
You mentioned it last week.
You've mentioned this one.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. We have a couple ideas. We have a couple new ideas for State of the Nation, right?
Yeah.
We have
Yes.
life advices. You know, we have like give us your hot takes anonymously, and we'll poo on them.
Yes.
Apparently, Doug wants to poo on them. I'll be nice.
We'll
to them.
We'll be critics. We'll give our opinions on your takes.
I'll be nice to them.
Will you?
I'm not going to be.
Look, we have a lot of stuff planned. A lot of it is gonna be paused while we do Girls Planet 999. But you know that brings me back to say, come check us out on Twitch. One of the reasons.
We'll test it out there, maybe.
Yeah, no, and one of the reasons I'm moving some of the stuff into that platform is because, and I really have to give the credit to where the credit is due, right? The World Cups, some of the stuff we've been doing, they're like very popular on Korean YouTube and Korean Twitch. Like I watch a lot of Tintuck Man, Calm Down Man, who's a very big streamer, and he has a certain way of doing things with the Ideal Type World Cup, which inspired a lot of the stuff we do on the show. And I don't think we're copying, but at the same time, they are heavily inspired by him. So if you speak Korean somehow, you should go check it out. And the way he does it, he has a chat going on, and they provide a lot of input. When we're doing these, and that is exactly what I saw when we were doing on the Twitch with the favorite fruit World Cup as well as the IZ*ONE tier list. So I want to communicate more with the people who check out our content. I'll make it more of a conversation rather than us talking, them listening.
If you're gonna watch Girls Planet 999, we have a Discord channel for that, and it's gonna
True.
pop off.
Yeah.
Like,
It will.
if you want to watch with other people and talk to the same people every week about Girls Planet 999, that's the perfect place to do it. Like right after the episodes ends, it's a dumpster fire in there of everyone saying, "Oh my god, did you see this? I can't believe this person got eliminated. It's gonna be crazy." We've been doing this for 3 years, right?
How are you guys feeling? 3 years.
I think, as with most things in life, it is ebbs and flows. Like, yeah, like I remember earlier in this year, I wasn't feeling too hot about doing podcasts. There was a 2 month period where I'm like, oh man, this feels a little tedious.
Well, you had a 2 month slump. That's what it is.
Yeah, I had a big slump. It's sometimes hard to produce content on a schedule, right? If you do a traditional YouTube platform, like if you want a break, like you take a break, right? And that being said, it's not like we can't take a break, right? that's the thing. But we've missed 1 week, I think, in the last 2 years, and it was because of a technical error or something like that.
We've also taken a bit of a break while me and Anita were in Korea.
No, that's what I'm saying. Since the break you guys took when you went on vacation, we've missed 1 week. And it was because we lost the episode when I visited Michigan. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we've produced something every week, I believe.
We've lost about, I think, 3 weeks total.
Really? Okay, never
in
mind.
the entire span of the show. The you visiting Ann Arbor thing happened first,
Okay.
and then a couple months later, I went to Korea. Anita went to Korea. You took a break there, and then we came back to it.
Oh, okay. But
Right,
since that break, I don't think we've missed anything then, right?
Yeah, it hasn't felt
Because
like
Warren, you
we've taken a
moved, and
break.
Anita and I did it by ourselves one
Right.
time, and
Right.
then like over Christmas we planned stuff ahead, so we released stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
got you covered.
man. I mean, you know, I want to be there consistently for people who need entertainment to talk and listen about K-pop. You know, or whatever. You
Or
know,
other
like,
stuff.
yeah.
I feel like we've evolved more than just K-pop though over time, because like
Well, that's
And I
why
think
I'm
it's
going
good.
to Twitch to talk about favorite fruits. And it's not mangoes. I'll give you that. Mangoes are poo-poo.
Why don't you like
Kiwi.
mangoes?
Kiwi is superior. Mangoes have like a weird texture when you eat them. Let's be honest.
I think that there's a subsection of listeners
Kinda
though
stringy.
that do. I think there's like some listeners just listen for the K-pop content, which is fine. You know, we don't
Yeah.
expect you to listen like a whole hour, 30 minutes plus
No,
every
no.
week. And I think there are other people who just stick around for the lulls, which is fun too. That being said, running a podcast, it's like it's not I wouldn't call it a grind, right? Because you do it once a week, or more than that. You set your own schedule on that. But that being said, we, especially our format where we do the same thing every week, essentially, with minor changes every once in a while. So, sometimes it's hard to get excited about things you're not super excited about, but you have to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like let's be honest. All
Comes
K-pop
routine.
fans like certain groups more than other groups, right?
Yeah,
We're
that's
no
natural.
different than that. Some weeks I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta talk about Dreamcatcher, woo, right? And then another week there's like 4 boy groups and a male solo artist, and I'm not a huge fan of any of them. And I'm like, yeah, woo, you know. That being said, I do feel responsible in the fact that I want to give an honest opinion, though, right? Like we ain't just gonna cover something for the hell of it. We've gone with the mindset lately. If we're not excited about it, let's not cover it, right? Because it's not gonna produce good content. So when we don't cover every single thing, that's probably the reason, because we only want to give people our opinions on things we actually care about.
I think we should.
At the end of the day, right, something I've recognized that I've been doing over the last span of 50 episodes is I've been getting like way too technical, I think, with some of the discussion we have around the songs. You know, like I get into like, oh, the mixing's bad, the mastering's poor, oh, like, you know, they could have done this with the arrangement and the instrumentation. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like that's not really that entertaining to listen to. And shout out to you if you think it is. But at the same time, I kind of want to... Something I like about myself 75 episodes ago is that I was a lot more casual. I used to spew out a lot of bullcrap all the time. I want to go back to that a little bit, you know? And do a little bit less of... the bass is weird. You know, I don't want. You know, that's who likes listening to that. Nobody except the audio engineers.
I feel like it's still an interesting insight, and I feel like you could find a good balance between both sides.
Right. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Right, I'm gonna try to balance the two. Right, I'm gonna try to keep casual a little bit, but also try to like, bring out some of the more musical elements to it. But at the same time, finding that balance is hard, and it's been something I've been struggling with a little bit. But I think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit. We'll see what happens. I don't know. If you have any feedback, let me know, whether that's critical or positive.
I think a lot of my rut was like I was like a bit of a down mood on podcasts and K-pop in general for a couple months. I think a lot of it was due to the fact that I was like forcing myself to break down these songs and try to figure out exactly what's wrong with it, right? And I think I wasn't finding any enjoyment from doing that, because I'm like, it was like doing homework, right? I was like, I gotta find 5 bullet points about what I don't like, 3 bullet points about the music video, These days, though, it's a lot less freeform. Like, I used to write up tons of bullet points every week. For better or for worse now, I write a couple of points, but now it's just like how I actually feel about the songs, right? Like things that actually stood out to me, that I like it or not. And for me, like, I think it's been well established that I don't view music too intricately, right? It just doesn't make me happy, doesn't make me sad. Am I happy? Am I disappointed or not? Right? Like very caveman thinking. And once I progressed to doing that again, I found it way more enjoyable. You know, like
Yeah, man, that's good.
yeah.
How about you, Anita?
I feel like I also, I mean, it's not as obvious in our script, but I also had on the side like my own bullet points and like trying to make things like very conscious of, is it interesting? Is this going to overlap with something you guys already mentioned? You know, trying to make something that felt a little unnatural, right, when discussing the songs, new releases. But I guess, yeah, I feel like now it has come to the point where I feel more like it's more casual, and I'm just talking about things that I actually find that I want to talk about, you know, like that stand out. And I feel like that has helped between the three of us. I don't know if you guys agree. No, it just makes totally discussion more natural, because I think once we are more casual and not literally reading off our scripts, personal or not, it just creates better discussion. And hopefully you guys
like that too.
Yeah.
The other big thing for me was like getting off of social medias.
Oh,
I used to tailor my comments so that I wouldn't get hated on in comments or anything. Or I used to try to give the most politically correct, like, I wouldn't say I fudged my reviews of anything, but like I was conscious of my wording of things. Like
we stressed about that, yeah.
It was stressed me out for a while. Like I would read the YouTube comments. If we already got a negative one, like I'd be like, oh, maybe I should be nicer, you know?
You know what? Here's the mindset that I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna explicitly state my mindset on this, especially because, you know, we're gonna start doing live stream content, because we're kind of letting go a little bit. I understand there's a specific culture in YouTube comments, right? That's there. And to a certain degree, I don't like it. A lot of content creators are in a situation where they can't say stuff because, you know, they got a lot of downvotes, a lot of, you know, hating comments because of you know, a specific comment they make. I want to really stray away from that. If you get some angry comments, so be it. Who cares? If I make a mistake and say something that is disrespectful or insensible or whatever, that is, I hope people point that out as a mistake, and I can learn from that and improve. So I am gonna go through and make sure some of the criticism we're getting is not a hate comment. But if they're sorry, what I'm trying to say is if they're valid pieces of criticism, yes,
I
will totally accept that, especially because that is what we do on the show, right?
Yeah,
100%.
Own opinion. Yeah.
Right. If you have an idea of like where we could improve, or like, oh, like, you know, you guys probably should not have said that, I will totally listen to you and make the judgment myself on that. But at the end of the day, that is not. I'm not gonna say this song is great just because you know it's a boy group, right? Like that I think is, I don't want to say it's bad. I think it's very sad that a lot of content creators have to do that. And yes, we are not super. I don't know how I'm gonna wrap that sentence, but yes, I'm gonna try to keep it that way. We have for a long time, and I'm gonna continue doing it that way. I've also noticed that I've been leaning a little more towards like, you know, saying stuff positively because, you know, for the sake of it, or negatively for the sake of it. And that I don't think that ever works out. So I'm gonna, you know, I've been trying to move away from that. Right.
Yeah. I think a lot of it comes down to, like, I remember when we first started, and like someone would review us on iTunes with 1 star, and they're like, "You guys are the misinformation kings," was I think what someone said, if I remember the quote, right? And I think it was because I put a wrong date or something. They wrote something like that, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I think for me, I still feel bad when I misquote things or give a wrong date or forget something. But like, I think I've gotten better over time. I still feel bad about it, but at a certain point, it's like, you know, it is what it is. It happened, right? Like,
and we'll
there's nothing I could change.
We
like, we'll mention that we messed it up in the comments, but like, it ain't gonna re-record a whole episode after it's out because I mentioned the wrong date or the wrong person came back, right? Like, it's just not worth it. Hey man, season 4. I didn't think we'd get to 150 episodes. I thought we would have got to like 40, if that, maximum.
Here we are now.
We've come a long way. Yeah. You know what? I feel like I'm gonna wrap up. I want to mention like one more thing before we wrap. Is that cool?
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, we were in a video chat on Discord with Crispy, Koala, and OP, who are the main people who run the SojuTalk Nation podcast. So again, if you don't know who they are a community-run podcasts. They talk about some of the stuff that's going on in the Discord as well as on our show. And they provide a lot of great additional content, so you should definitely go check them out. And we were doing kind of like a sync, like to see where we're all at with each other. That was pretty cool. And one of the questions at the end that Koala, who's also a mod on the Discord, was like, oh, like, what are your long-term plans for the podcast? And not gonna lie, right? Like, I don't expect myself to become next offline TV, right? Like, I don't think I'm gonna be the next Giguk of K-pop over here. But at the same time, I like what I'm doing.
It's fun.
I don't want to bite off too much where I can't chew. But I like chewing the meals right now.
They taste good.
Right. It tastes good. I'm liking my spoonfuls. I'm not getting a stomach ache. So I want to make this last as long as possible. And kind of keep it going steady. Like and this is also one of the reasons why I threw away the YouTube idea, because that was way too much effort. And I knew I was gonna get tired of it way too quick, even before I started, really. So at the end of the day, sure, we don't have like the biggest ambitions to, like have a house in California, sponsored by Twitch, sponsored by Razer Video. We're not gonna do that, guys. But at the same time, we like what we're doing. We want to do a little bit more of it. That's why I keep saying I'm gonna start that thing on Twitch. But besides that,
Thank you for the support.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
So far,
listens, crazy shit.
Shout out
honestly.
SojuTalk Nation. They're on all podcast places and on YouTube. Also want to shout out Therese and her TikTok. She's been doing TikToks for us. You can find her at SojuTalk Fan on TikTok. And then also Dumpstercast, which is another community-based podcast, which is a bit of a dumpster fire. So if you want dumpster fires, Dumpstercast is for you. So those are all of our like affiliate family members.
Look at us.
And you can meet all of those people on the SojuTalk Discord. So
we are the network. We are SojuTalk Network. That's what we are.
All right, so that's been SojuTalk Nation. Thanks to everyone for sticking around for episode 150, season 4.
150.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
I want to also shout out our family members who have been very supportive of us.
Oh, yes.
Like my mom bought those balloons today at the grocery
store.
Thank you.
Thank you,
shout out to everyone who had a part in these gifts that they sent us.
Thank you so much.
I'm
super
still
excited
not sure
to
who
hear.
they are. I'm going to ask after this episode, probably after it comes out, who organized this, because additionally, shout out to everyone in the nation who's been listening to us. We'll try to have some more good content in season 4 going forward. All right, but things for next week. We do have releases Wednesday, weekly. I said it wrong. Thursday, Kimujin.
Oh my god.
Friday, Sunmi, and Monday, On and Off, The Boys, and Ha-Seung-eun. So my guess is weekly, Sunmi, and probably The Boys. Maybe On and Off as well.
We'll see.
This has been the first episode of season 4 for SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week. We'll be back next week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Based Mina, Charles, Delmonic, Jedi, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, Melfiar, NJ Parks. Tier, thank you for joining SojuTalk, the weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K-Music Erde, Koala, Mafiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.